Alright, good morning everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Enigma. I am a variety streamer. I'm on Twitch, Twitter, Kick, Rumble, and YouTube. Hope everyone is having a great week so far. Hope you're doing really, really well. My dog just jumped up here and decided he wanted some love, so I'm giving it to him. On your way in, guys, go ahead and hit that follow button. Twitch, Twitter, Kick, and Rumble. Subscription on YouTube would be great. If you're on Rumble, if you're on YouTube, smash the like button, comment, let people know that I'm here, share out my stuff so I can continue to get bigger and better and improve as a content creator for you guys. So, we are playing Castlevania Portrait of Ruin. And, I know that I'm trying to level up some because the next boss we're supposed to face is Death, and he's not easy, so doing our thing here. That's right, Whisk, yeah. But I want to thank everyone who showed up yesterday, especially for the nighttime stream, because they don't happen very often. But it happened last night. I did a bourbon stream last night. So. But like I said, this is the this is me trying to formulate words in the morning. This is the second Nintendo DS Castlevania game. First one, of course, was Dawn of Sorrow. We completed that on Monday. We picked this up on Tuesday, and or did we complete it on Tuesday? It doesn't matter. The thing is, we completed it this week, and now we've moved on to the next one. There is one more. When it's all said and done, there is one more Castlevania game that is coming out on the DS that we'll play, and that is Order of Ecclesia. See, oh boy, first thing in the morning, Enigma needs to wake up. Anyway, so here we are, we're playing this. Go. That's the wrong way. Yep. Da, 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 da. I know Whisk. Whisk is being very, very cute because you can't help it. Okay, this way. Problem there. Oh God. Not the bees, not the bees. That, okay. Take that, yeah. Raw. There we go. Say, he took a licking there. More than I thought he was going to take. Not bad. Get to level 42, we'll go try death again. Anyway, this is on the Dominus Collection. For argument's sake, we're playing it on the Nintendo Switch 2. It is the Switch 1 port of the game, of course. They didn't release it on Switch 2. Not that it needed to. The thing you'll notice probably is the right side of the screen, the sub-screen there with the map, and the sub-screen with all of our information on it is actually that would have been what showed up on the actual second screen of the Nintendo DS. And there it is. Bees are a pain in the ass, but this guy's worth a lot of XP, so. Of course, Desi, like I said, she went out of town. She, that's why I could do my bonus stream last night. She'll be back tonight, so there will not be a bonus stream tonight. that again. Those things matter. I wonder if it's quicker just to farm him for now. I don't think so. It's all good. Lord. Oh gosh, I just realized my microphone was turned down. Of course, today's the NFL draft. First round starts tonight in my beloved city, home city of Pittsburgh. Should be interesting to see what happens. I've heard that a lot of teams aren't as enamored with this year's crop. Besides killing him, he might drop something good. Hey, eclectic goat. Yeah, electric. Why do I keep saying electric? How you doing today, goat? Good to see you. Oh, get out of the way. She's on the YouTube side where I'm trying to make some waves. And we're gonna level up here. And then we're gonna go fight death. We're gonna level up. How are your baby goats doing? Your kids. Haha, it's the correct term for a baby goat as a kid. Almost 2,700 to go. Ah, cheap shot. 2300. Yeah, the bees don't really matter, but this guy does. Ooh. Okay. That's different. Almost got him down. Ow. Where do. I believe this game came out in 2006 initially. Like I said, it was on the Nintendo DS. The DS is an interesting animal. Golly. Just simply because of how poorly it launched, but then how it got such huge momentum about a year after its initial launch. Which I believe revolves around Mario Kart. I'm pretty sure Mario Kart DS was put out a year after the DS was launched, and once that hit, the rest of it was gravy. They continued they made a whole ton of money off the DS with many different models: DS, DS Lite, DSi, DSi XL. Good lord, you guys suck. Level up, baby. Let's go save, and we'll go fight death. See if we can get his patterns down or whatnot. Hey there, Natty. Good to see you. Welcome in. Thank you so much for showing up today. Level up indeed. Alright, so we tried to fight Death last night, and he whipped the absolute donkey dong out of us. Let me see. Let's try it out and see if we can whip his ass. I don't think I have any weapons that are going to be better than this right now. Except the ones that are close to equal. Royal Sword. That is slower than Christmas, but let's see what happens. I'll do the voices today. That look you have, I am assuming you've run into Broner. That's none of your business. You won't escape this time. You realize there's no connection between myself and Broner, don't you? And yet you still challenge me. If my research is correct, you have a strong desire to see Dracula revived, correct? Even if you're not working with Brownie, you still have to be defeated. Challenge me even though you can't use the whip. How utterly absurd. But I'll play with you anyway. Jeez. This isn't bad, though. Our second form. We got the second form. Oh, so I have him in a... Do I have him in like a loop there? I did not. Use item. I don't like wasting health items here, but... He has a ton of hit points. I always recommend good old Castlevania games, Natty. They are really, really good. Crap! What am I supposed to do here? Oh. I'm supposed to die. Alright. He's being a douchebag. We've already seen all that. Crap. Wow. Wow, okay. I don't like this at all. Death is not easy. But traditionally, death is always hard. Hey there. Oh, I got him. Hey there, Hariyama. Good to see ya. Thank you for coming in, bud. Ugh. How can someone like you possess such amazing powers? I might have the whip's true power, but I can still kick your ass. I underestimated you. Still, I have my reasons for holding back. Is that your excuse? How typical. Now resign yourself to your fate. Know the limits of your power. There is still something I need you two to do for me. Damn it, he ran away. Say, what do you suppose he meant? Well, Death meant when he said he still had a task to perform. I can read, I promise. Forget it. Our task is simple. Beat up all the baddies. No problemo. Because in 1944, this is the way we all talk. We all talk you up. No problemo. It's totally 1944 speak right there. We all talked that way back in 1944. How can you always have this happy-go-lucky attitude? I'd prefer to call it a positive attitude. Look, stop worrying so much and focus on what we have to do. Defeat Death and Brownie. Got it? Okay. Worrying only makes things worse than they really are, right? You got it. Enigma messing around with his stuff again. That's what he's doing. Okay, if you don't think I'm going to save that rotten isle, you have another thing coming. Let's take those off and get back those Eye of Decay. That's going to allow us to see hidden spots in the walls. It's the entire reason why I have it. All right. Oh, now the elevator. That is it's a great weapon, but the truth is, its range and speed aren't that great. Alright, so we got that. Now we're going down here. Nothing here, nothing, honey. And there's going to be some stuff apparently that we're going to have to do. Okay. The Master's Keep. Make sure we're taking as much. Oh, good. Fast travel. My favorite's the fast travel. Try this again. Alright. Say, Eric, there's something I want to ask you. Sure, what is it? Did my father know the vampire killer would consume his life when he used it? No, we only learned the truth after Dracula was defeated. We found out using magic after noticing John took so long to recover. I see. Jonathan, why did you ask that? Grandfather was already dead by the time I was born. I was wondering if Grandfather gave up the whip knowing the truth about it. Good question. Have no worries. Your grandfather was exceptionally strong, but kind. That's good to hear, right, Jonathan? Yeah.
You're back.
Ah, Vincent's not here. Oh, I'm here. I forgot the voice I was using for him. Oh, it's Kermit. What's wrong? Something bothering you?
There was this vampire, and,
Huh?
the vampire
What happened?
The vampire bit me!
What? Seriously?
What'll I do? Do something, please!
Just calm down. You still got time before you turn into a vampire.
Yeah, that's what they say. Purification spells are effective in the early stages. I beg of you, do something for me. Get that purification spell.
Charlotte, can you do something? I don't know. I'll just have to try the magic I already possess. I'm doing great, Natty. I definitely hope you're doing great. Oh, okay.
Lower the price.
Not offering a lot there that... I would need. Here we go.
You're back.
I'm back. More babies. You got a lot of goats coming through, goat. Good luck. All right, we'll take that. Yeah, looks like she's gonna have more goats. This might be a pretty decent leveling spot. These things are worth 333 experience points each, so that might not be a bad spot. The Razor Bats, not so much, but... Oh, these bastards. $150 for those. They're a pain in the ass. Oh, a Spin Devil. Is that what those things were called? I saw them in the last game. Yep, Spin Devil. That's a flame demon. 244 experience points. It's not a bad place to explore. Spindel's even worth 100. Whoa! I was not made aware of... Oh, it's a wyvern. I was not made aware we'd be fighting dragons. Let's go look around at the other places. Throwing fireballs at me. Oh, bastard. We see this, the Castlevania staircase. We are definitely not hanging around. $400 for him, but he took some damage. Do you wish to die? Oh, special item there. Oh. The hell with him. I'm not screwing with him. Alright, already worked it down. It'd be nice if I knew if that sword dropped something awesome. Sometimes, you know, this is an Igavania. Iga does hide stuff like that. Yeah, you're not hitting me. Oh god, I'm about to die. Bastard! I'm gonna do all that again. I having to do double work. It annoys me. But that's what I get for not doing what I usually do, which is explore looking for a safe room and then using the safe room as a way to get kissed. A base to branch out from. Gotta make sure I'm doing that. Death disappeared on us. Wyvern. Okay. Opening up new areas to the castle. I really don't like the position of this save room, but at least we have one now. Go. And we're just really, I mean, we're I know we've been here before, but we're unlocking map, basically is what we're trying to do. That's really what I want, is to continue unlocking map. We have the glasses on that are supposed, we still have those glasses on, don't we? Yeah. The Eye of Decay is going to show us where there are breakable walls. Jeez. This is true. Castlevania is not for the weak. Especially old ones, or older. These are all old now, but really old ones. But you never can tell what you're going to find, what they drop. They might drop a really awesome weapon. They might drop a really awesome piece of armor. You just never know. What's the matter, Whisk, huh? Okay, you just weren't comfortable. If you want a game that'll really humble you, Castlevania 3 is the kind of game that will. You think you're good? Castlevania 3 will show you exactly how good you really are. How did I take that hit? Perhaps Frost. What is that? Doesn't matter. Wow, got lucky there. Usually puts that shield up. Well, if I gotta go, Death by Succubus is probably the way I'd like to go. See that right there, where that that means there's a secret there. So turn around. What a dick. There we go. So there's a secret right here, and a max MP up, which is good, fine, but not really what I wanted. Ooh, but that impervious mail. Oh, that could be very, very good. It's not. Armor that can completely block some attacks, but it's not that good. Looking a gift horse in the mouth, indeed. Oh, he's gonna, yep. Down, down, down. Alright, call it guard, guard, guard. Oh, I thought I was about to eat it there. 500 XP is all I got for that guy? That's kind of nuts. Ah, transfer pad. What kind of guy would I be if I didn't take advantage of that, huh? Lots more exploring to do in that area. See, it says we've explored 484.8% of the castle. I don't know what the maximum is, but that's kind of odd. Go make some coffee. Make some coffee. I was up a little late last night because I did my bonus stream, and I had bourbon, so I woke up a little. Ooh, there's a boss. That's not what I wanted to see. And found another save room. This is a better save room though, because we'll be able to branch out more to see what's around. What the? I can see the way ahead, but I can't move forward. Hold on a minute. This is the way to the throne, but it is spatially segregated. And that means? Simply put, there's something invisible. There's something like an invisible wall here. Browner said he had separated Dracula from the castle. This is what he was talking about. So, long story short, we can't move forward from here. Exactly. Let's find another route. Thank God. So we can't go anywhere from there. Let's continue to explore. And we're gonna get a level up hopefully for too much longer. Keep leveling up. Maybe, yeah. I could do that, yeah. Ow. Okay. We've already been this way, but that's fine. What do I want to do for lunch? I have to think about that. Come on, big guy. Jerk. Frickin' jerk. Oh. Keep it up. Keep on getting the XP. Keep on leveling up. Should be the other area where we found that sword. Oh, those shields block my axe. We're gaining levels here. I don't want to fight that boss if I don't have to just yet. Oh, come on. So many other things I feel like I need to do. Yeah, I know. Oh, he can shoot a shield too, okay. He has 50 hit points, but all of our weapon only does 1 damage to him. So we have to hit him 50 times. It'd be nice if he dropped something awesome, though. He has a 4-star drop and a 3-star drop. Really? Come on, turn around. Asshole. Looks like we've uncovered all of the map here. Yeah, I don't see anything that we've missed outside of going to the boss then, and no paintings, so... about to level, so that's why we're kind of hanging out here. Remember, you can't ever have enough levels up in a Castlevania game. All right, you're shooting these big old fireballs, you little bitch. And you should probably see about how to get blurb set up on Rumble. I know there's a button for it, but it doesn't seem to work. A lot of things I need to do on Rumble. I need to put a link to my store on there. Level up. Let's save that. Ooh, oh. Nice grinding spot, though. There's a lot of stuff here with a lot of XP. Let's see what we got. Okay. Okay, I've gotten 3 of those things, whatever they are. Crap. Double crap. And for those wondering, yes, I can switch between characters here. So if we wanted to play as Charlotte, we can. Charlotte tends to be more offensive-based, glass cannon-y. I don't know if he drops anything worth a damn, but I don't think we're strong enough yet, just simply because death was very difficult.
Really? Jerk. I won't. That's where that sword is. It'd be nice if he drops like some really awesome armor or something. It'd be awesome if he did. I wouldn't mind that final armor giving us that 4-star drop, whatever it is, final guard. I know traditionally they usually drop some pretty nice armor, but I don't know. Shit. He's got a pretty predictable move set though, so he hits hard and he's got huge defense, but he's not that difficult. Fajitas, you have coffee and now you're making coffee and fajitas? Oh, I mean, hey, I like fajitas. Not a big coffee drinker, but I do like fajitas. Fajitas are good. They're good. It tastes good. Oh, come on, you bitch. There we are. I don't know what I'm doing for lunch. Haven't figured that part out yet, but I will. I was hoping that wouldn't hurt, but hey, here we are. Yes, food will be good. I might throw some French fries in the air fryer. That might be a good idea. And then I can, once I put them in, it takes about 15 minutes. I can go for a walk, and then they'll be ready when I get back. That's not a bad idea. Really? Yeah, our oldie has these restaurant fries, they call them, but they look like McDonald's fries. And I gotta stick them in the air fryer, and the next thing I know, I'll have some fries. Of course, with Desi coming home tonight, I should probably think about what we're doing for dinner. I haven't even thought of that yet. Got to see what. Well, she's had Italian last night, so chances are she won't want pasta. Actually, I have leftover spaghetti in there too. That might be even better. Leftover spaghetti might be the winner. Yeah, with an air fryer, it was more of a dinner for two kind of thing. Of course, the funny thing about our air fryer is someone who lives in this house, whose name shall remain nameless, Desi, decided that she was going to clean off the air fryer, and she did such a good job. She actually cleaned off all of the temperature and time settings for it. So anytime that I use it, I have to guess what the temperature and how long I'm putting something in for. I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. She completely erased all of that. But air fryers are nice because they do the same thing that a fryer does, just none of the oil. It'd be nice if you guys drop some cool gear or something. That'd be nice. True story, she actually did that. She did erase all of the numbers off of the dial of the air fryer. So I keep telling her we need to get another air fryer because of that. And she's like, no, this air fryer still works. So I was like, okay, well, I can't really use it. So she went on the internet and found a printout of what the dial looks like on our air fryer. So we can use that as a somewhat reliable way to see the temperature and the time. Desi is very frugal. She does not particularly prefer to spend money if we don't have to. Ah, hell with it. We'll go this way. That's what I do is guesstimate, really. That's what I have to do, but the fact that she wiped all the numbers off of the air fryer is just vintage. It's vintage her. That's the kind of thing that she would do. She can't stand the dust and everything, but she also apparently can't stand the fact that I was able to control the temperature of the thing. It's like she's, oh, well, now we can just guess. There we go. Come on. Okay. We're all good. About to level up again. Damn. Once we get to 700 gold, there is a thing about 777 gold, the last 3 digits. We'll totally go back and get that. There we go. You fly away like that, you shit for brains. Really? Really? You son of a bitch. Well, I'm taking lots of stupid hits all of a sudden. That looks like a sword. What is that? That's a, okay, that's a water dragon. Ooh. Okay. we're gonna level up. Let's give this guy one more shot here to drop armor or whatever. It'd be nice. Not one more shot, but we're gonna level. And there's still a lot of things that we have not. No babies yet. Well, hopefully there'll be some cute little kids running around, more than you already have. Come on, baby. Level up. I don't think this is going to work the way we want it to. I would fight both of them. Ah! We were tired of waiting. Are you ready to die yet? Hold it! You two are being tricked by Browner. What a pathetic lie. We have no time to waste listening to the words of a despicable human. Nothing we say will matter. But they're completely under Browner's control. Damn it. No choice now. But what you've done will make the fun last a bit. Let's go, Loretta. Yes, Stella. Damn. Well, I was doing damage, but once again, I don't know what their hit points are, but one looks like she uses magic, the other one looks like she uses physical skills attacks, so didn't mean to throw the axe. It's okay. It's okay. He's not worth my time. Not bad. He can turn around, which is more than I can say about those final guards a lot of the time. The guy's just not worth it. That's the whole thing, is that they're worth 150. It's not like they're worth chump change, but the more time it would take to get them into position where I could actually do some damage to them. There's just no sense in it. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, no, no. Don't hit me. Oh, we got him down. We got one shot at him there, and he's going to turn around. He's only worth 150 experience points. Oh. There's a good shot. About time that guy did what I wanted him to do. I take a hit from that one because that sucked. Down they go, baby. Ah. See, I mean, he can guard, so there's really no sense in trying to get him on a part where we can hit him in the back. Like I said, I love this guy to see, what does he drop? I want to know what he drops. He's not dropping anything for us right now. Dick munch. Europa's dress. Is that for Charlotte? Well, it's got to be for Charlotte. Is it better than the Ruby Corset? Let's see. Hell yeah. Look at that. Succubus boots and the dress. Spin Devils are a pain in the ass. I'm not even worried about you because you're not worth it. That guy, I just keep taking hits from him. That was stupid. I still let it happen. Come on, guy. You gotta drop your armor or something. So, we discovered last night, or I remembered yesterday after getting so far, this is actually a sequel to the Sega Genesis, Castlevania Bloodlines. Our boy here, Jonathan Morris, is a descendant of Quincy Morris from the book, which is the first time the book outside of Dracula really has been referenced. Although, actually, that's not true because of the Mina was the name of Soma's girlfriend in Dawn and Aria of Sorrow. Mina's right from the books as well. Or book, I should say. But supposedly the Belmont clan can't touch the Vampire Killer Whip. That is the whip that we're not using it right now because we can't unlock its full potential yet. It's supposed to do, if a Belmont's not using it, the Vampire Killer is supposed to be a really deadly whip for anybody else to use. It sucks their life force away from him or something. But the guy Wind, we were just that's giving us our side quests to the Ghost. That's actually Eric Lecard, who was the spear bastard, the spear user in Castlevania Bloodlines. So, and but I always found that interesting that they never really, outside of Dracula and then things here, that they never really tied him into the book. Now, part of it's probably got to do with rights issues. I don't think there's rights issues anymore. Pretty sure Dracula's public domain. He should, he should be if he's not. So anyone can use the name Dracula, or Mina, or the Morris family, or whoever. Since this is an Igavania game, it tells me that there's probably some sort of super secret ending that we would need to either, I'm guessing it has something to do with the whip. Igavania has always tend to have this hidden ending, good ending that you get, but they don't reference anything, so you don't know how to get it. But that's an Iga calling card in a lot of Igavania games. Soten is probably the most famous of those, because again, they don't give you any sort of reasoning as to why, or hints as to how to get that ending. It's something you've got to experiment with and find out. Soten did it, and a lot of them since then have done it. Bitch. So I'm guessing there's probably something like that here too. And since there's been a big emphasis put on the Vampire Killer Whip, which again we do have, it's right there, but since we can't use it, I mean we can use it, but see how much weaker it is than even the whip we're using right now. There's no sense in equipping it. It's not going to do what we want it to do. One thing I don't remember about the book was the vampire killer, that Dracula's weakness is the whip, which it's not. But in Castlevania lore, in fact, I'm not so. I wonder if Dracula was even public domain back in the 80s when the first Castlevania came out, because here in the States, in Japan, it was still called Demon Castle Dracula. Here it was just called Castlevania, and then the final boss was the Count. It didn't say Dracula in that game. The only time Dracula was mentioned, was he mentioned in Castlevania 2? I know he was mentioned in 3 because that's the name of the game, is Dracula's Curse. So Dracula probably became public domain, or they just didn't know. Japanese companies tend to their copyright laws are a little more loosey-goosey than ours. At least they were. There we go. It's more like it. But probably the most famous case of Japan versus American copyright laws was Donkey Kong. The story goes back in the 80s. You know, Donkey Kong came out and set the world on fire. Universal saw that and said, "Hey, wait a minute, we need to sue them because Donkey Kong, King Kong don't think that we like that very much." And Nintendo was in a lot of trouble because they were they weren't near the company they are now, much smaller, didn't have a whole lot of money. I hired a lawyer to battle it, because if they would have had to take Donkey Kong off the market, or if Universal would have demanded profits, a share of the profits from Nintendo, that would have probably killed the company. So they hired a lawyer. His name was Kirby, and I'm not lying about that. That's where the name Kirby comes from, by the way, for the character Kirby. And Kirby had gone on to find out that nobody owned the rights to King Kong because he had been public domain for decades. So Universal had, the thing was thrown out of court because no one owned Donkey Kong, or King Kong, I should say. And that's why, that's where the name, like I said, that's why they named him Kirby, was because the lawyer Kirby basically saved Nintendo's bacon. But I don't know if it was, they were just kind of playing, if Konami was like, look, let's not upset the apple cart here. Dracula might very well be still owned by the Stoker estate. Not like that now. Copyright law is always really funny because of always really funny just simply because they, with copyright law, Disney was fighting everybody, was fighting on behalf of everybody for a long time. They were fighting for Mickey Mouse to not become public domain, even though he was well do. What would happen is that they would put out a law saying, "Oh, copyright, oh, public domain, we're going to extend another 5 years," and Disney would lobby for that. Well, it was one of those things where everybody benefited from what Disney was doing. And it's but Disney would lobby to have these the extension filed for public domain, and they really the one that was always in the craw, the one that Disney really wanted to protect was Steamboat Willie, the original version of Mickey Mouse that was drawn by Walt Disney himself. They didn't want him going public domain, so Disney would go out and lobby the government, and as is their right to do so, to get those things extended. And like I said, everyone kind of benefited from that. Well, a couple of years ago, several years ago now, during the pandemic in particular, a lot of the activists that work for Disney decided they wanted to get Disney to be political. Even though I will never ever in a million years stand and say that any company should be political, but they were based out of Florida. This is based out of Florida now. They have a lot of things that they got to put Disney World in Florida. A lot, like being able to govern themselves, set their own fire department, stuff like that. Well, when they started taking these stands against certain bills or proposed laws that were in Florida, it just so happens that it was the exact opposite of what the state had voted for. The political party in power was the one that the activists have been against, and I don't. You guys can look that up. You know exactly what I'm talking about when I say the activists and all that. But so Florida, did what Florida does and said, "Hey, look, we're giving you guys all these tax breaks. We're giving you guys all this responsibility for your area in Florida where you have Disney World. Maybe it's about time we revisited that and have Disney pay more state taxes and stuff like that they weren't being forced to pay because of the deal that Walt Disney struck with the Florida government at the time." So needless to say, they lost it, and then of course they were going to go extend. They wanted to extend the public domain even more. Well, the federal government decided that they were protesting against that group. That group also ran the federal government at that point, at least parts of it, the House of Representatives in particular. So Disney could have lobbied all they want to, but the one side of the political aisle said, "We're not giving you what you want." So Disney, of course, lost earlier. Is it this year? They lost the rights to, or was it last year? But they lost the rights to the original Steamboat Willie, Mickey Mouse, because he's public domain. He went public domain. They wouldn't extend it, and that's also where we have a lot of things coming into play now, where it's going to affect other companies. When I was saying that there are companies out there that were benefiting from Disney's lobby, and they weren't having to lift a finger, is true. DC Comics is absolutely one of those companies, because in the next 10 years we're going to see Wonder Woman, or not Wonder Woman, but Batman and Superman go public domain, at least the original versions, and Wonder Woman won't be far behind. So copyright law is always a really funny thing and fascinating to look at. And that's why you look at the value of some of the more pop culture brands out there, the ones that they will be able to control for a while. Stuff, you know, Harry Potter is not going to go public domain for. I'll be dead by the time Harry Potter becomes public domain. Same thing with Ninja Turtles, you know, stuff like that. Those are all very young IPs that there's a lot of time of control for those IPs. So those are the ones that, you know, that are gonna garner the most value right now, or the higher deals, because of the amount of control that of time of control that they're still going to be out there. There's going to be decades of control over Harry Potter and over Ninja Turtles and over even Star Wars, Lord of the Rings to a point. There's still a lot of control out there for those IPs, and I think that's absolutely going to be what really turns the. We'll see. What'll happen is that once you see, like, when Superman goes public domain, you're going to see, you know, movies and such with the original versions of Superman. The same way probably horror movies. I don't know why it's always horror movies, but horror movies tend to be what people do. Hey, it's a la carte. Discovery shareholders have approved $110 million. So it is done. Here's the, well, I see, that's wrong, Alucard. They won't own Harry Potter. It's still J.K. Ooh, Final Sword. What is that? 102. They don't own Harry Potter. They're going to own the rights to it for as long as the contract allows, as long as Rowling signs off. Yeah, the movie rights. This is what I mean, and Alucard knows this, but here's how. Yeah, the IP is still owned by J.K. Rowling and the Wizarding World company she set up. Here's how this works with copyright law. J.K. Rowling still owns all the rights to Harry Potter. So if she decides tomorrow she wants to make a Harry Potter adult film, she can do that. That's her right, because she owns it. Now, the contract she signed with Warner Brothers, I don't know what that is, but I can tell you that it means that they control the rights to the film rights and television rights to Harry Potter right now, the Wizarding World. They will have crap. They will have the rights to all the movies and television shows that they have created out of being the rights holders for Harry Potter. Those are not owned, as far as I know, by J.K. Rowling. So if tomorrow Rowling decides that she is done with Warner Brothers, yeah, there's always gray areas, but I'm pretty sure right now, according to the contract, unless there's an out clause, a poison pill, which there could very well be, if Rowling decides she wants to do something, another Potter movie or whatever, she has to go through Warner Brothers right now, according to the contract. Now, if she decides, if there's an out in the contract where she can get out of it and put the rights up for somebody else to bid on, she might do that. But I don't know what the contract says or anything like that. Only Warner and she knows. But the thing is that even if she does leave, if she takes Potter and goes to, let's just say, Amazon, okay, please don't do that, J.K. Rowling. But if she does, she goes to Amazon, and now Amazon can make Harry Potter movies. Amazon would not own the rights and not be able to distribute those original Harry Potter movies unless they are something that Rowling actually owns. Yeah, well, she does have the ultimate say-so. There's no way in hell she's going to 86 her legacy. I mean, she's going to have her. She has generational wealth for her kids and grandkids, and their grandkids probably. Not to mention, when she's gone, her estate will inherit the rights to control Potter, and we'll see what happens with it from there. It's like when we were talking about Oda and One Piece for Netflix. Oda saw what Netflix did to Cowboy Bebop, and when they came knocking on his door to do One Piece live action, he basically said, "You're not. I have final say. You're not going to destroy my legacy." One Piece is another IP that's going to have decades of control by Oda and his estate once it's all said and done. It's going to be very valuable. Much more valuable than, say, Popeye, who went public domain earlier this year. So how's your day going, Alucard? How are things going at the wonderful world of Amazon's distribution center in California? 8,200. That's true too. My understanding is Japanese copyright law is a little more loosey-goosey. Sort center. If you ever watch like an anime in Japan, they can copy logos and just change the name, or change, like they could take the Pepsi logo, okay, and flip it to where the opposite colors are where, and call it Sepsi, and use the same exact font and everything, and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. In the States, if that happened, there would be problems. But in Japan, there's a much wider net that they can get away with. At least it used to be that way. If you go back and watch a lot of classic anime, I've seen like they would have a character be wearing a Walkman or something, and instead of it saying Sony on it, it would say Pony, P-O-N-Y, but it would be in that Sony font on it. So there's a lot they can get away with over there. They can't get away with that here. Slow is not like your job, Alucard. Usually you have a lot more to go on. A lot more going on. Just call it a parody in the U.S. Yes, that's correct, Electric Goat. Absolutely. Yeah. But what happens, like, what's happening with Dragon Ball right now, Hariyama? Because the creator is gone. Then why didn't, I mean, but that, well, again, it depends on the contract as well, because the creator of Cowboy Bebop had no control whatsoever over that dog shit of a show that Amazon did. Oh, I believe it's in legal limbo. Okay. Dragon Ball is too valuable of a property. Does he have an estate that has control of it? That's the thing. Or when the creator is gone, do the rights revoke? Do they go to the state? Do they go to his family? I mean, where do they go? Bebop was made in America? I didn't know that. And Japanese law does not work. Yeah, that's correct. It was not work in the U.S. So, if they want to do an American version of an anime, like they have done, Death Note, Dragon Ball, all that. But with One Piece, Oda demanded final say here in the States. So nothing gets on the screen with One Piece without Oda's permission. Same thing with Mario, with the Mario movie. Not one frame of that movie hit the screen without Miyamoto's personal approval. So if Netflix activists came through and said, "What if we made Mario gay?" and Miyamoto says, "Yeah, that ain't gonna happen," it ain't gonna happen. Ow. The rights to Dragon Ball right now here in North America and the States, actually internationally as well, outside of Japan, belong to Sony and Crunchyroll, I believe. Exactly. That's what I mean. Is that Oda said you're not gonna destroy my legacy by not letting me have final say. Right, because that was in the contract. That's what I'm saying. Is that even if we're talking Japanese law versus American law, if it's written into the contract, which it is, Oda does have final say. Because they wouldn't be able just to take Oda's show, his manga, and adapt good lord, adapt it to a show without having his rights anyway, because it is his property. Even if it's not an American property, it's still his property. Right, Japanese law didn't count, and it wasn't written into the contract. Now, the producers did go to the creator of Bebop and get his input, but they also shit-canned everything that he said, which is why Cowboy Bebop was dog shit and One Piece is not. One Piece looks ridiculous, but it's supposed to, and Oda's the one who has final say, so there's nothing Netflix can really do. They can suggest all day long. And yes, there have been some race swaps and all that good stuff. Yeah, they ignored everything that he said. I do know that. He was on record for saying that, where they asked him, so what did you think of the show? And he said, well, I gave them a whole bunch of notes as to what they should do, and they didn't listen to any of them. What if we just friend zone Sonic? Yes, exactly. But I don't know if does Paramount, does Sega have the final say over anything Sonic? I don't know about that. I think Bebop is for the Japanese the Japanese Bebop is a cautionary tale for anyone in Japan who's got a manga or anime or a game that the West wants to adapt to a movie or television show. Bebop needs to be, it should serve as a cautionary tale that if you have a legacy, if you have something that they want, you are so much better off having creative control over the project, because if you don't, they're not going to honor your vision. Four different parties. Well, I'm going to assume Shonen Jump is one of them, since Dragon Ball ran in Shonen Jump initially, right? Sony probably would as well because of Crunchyroll. Because Sony owns Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll is now Funimation. Shonen Jump, yeah. I figured Shonen Jump would be there. I imagine so. Jump only wants the written rights. That's a mistake. That is a mistake. If I were them, I would want the whole kit and caboodle. Crap. Yeah, greedy. Toei wants all of it. I'm surprised Sony, you're saying, I'm surprised Sony's not one of them because of the Funimation / Crunchyroll bit. And for those who are wondering why I keep saying Sony, Funimation is the company that turned Dragon Ball into a worldwide phenomenon, so they have a big stake in what's happening with Dragon Ball. Funimation was bought by Sony. Well, they were first bought by Navarre, then they bought their independence back. Then they were bought by Sony. Don't ask me how that works. And Sony bought Crunchyroll and merged Funimation and Crunchyroll together. But see, there's the question, though, Hanayama, is that, yeah, you're right, it might not stream on Crunchyroll there, but the thing is that there's the international rights to Dragon Ball are more valuable than the Japanese rights. Crap. Don't get me wrong, the Japanese rights are valuable, but I would much rather have the rights to it in America and Europe and everywhere else. Yeah, but that's my question. Is that right now Sony owns the international rights. Funimation / Crunchyroll owns the rights. They've owned it for decades. But they own it via contract with Toriyama. If Toriyama is no longer with us, which he is not, then can... They don't? Funimation has. Did that contract run out? Okay. Well, they own the international rights, the licensing rights. Yes, you're correct. What I'm saying is that while the Japanese rights to Dragon Ball are valuable, the international rights are far more valuable. And if and that's the deal with Toei. But what if it comes back that Toei doesn't get the rights to any of it? What happens if one of the other parties gets the rights to all of it, and the Japanese courts say you get the rights to all Dragon Ball, all of it? Can they go back and cancel the international deal with Sony and shop that around? Then Sony needs a new deal. So it's very possible that once the rights are decided, that Sony, Funimation, and Crunchyroll could be left without the rights at all. That's interesting. Forgive me, Eric.
Stop it!
I forgot the voice. Please don't hurt my daughters, I beg you. Why are you trying to stop me? Drop the act. We know the truth. These girls aren't really your daughters. Family isn't just about blood relations. We are joined together by our very souls. I give up. This castle is yours. What? I cannot danger my daughters any further. Destroying the castle. That's what both of you want, right? Farewell. We have to... That's... Wait. Well, that's a bunch of bullshit. That's not... That was bullshit. Okay, so that was wrong to do that. And you're right, he should get it. I'm just saying that if that's what happens, and if that's what you want to happen, I believe that that's probably what should happen. I believe I also would believe that his family should have the rights. Then they could totally just cut Sony out and partner with somebody else. That would be very interesting. Just because of how much time Funimation has had promoting Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball was their crown jewel, is their crown jewel. Interesting. So, but he could cancel all rights and partner with somebody else. That's interesting. Because then you'd have to look at the opposite of it, that if he does do that, if he takes the rights and he tells the international rights and he tells Sony to go suck an egg, Sony would then have some legal ramifications they could take against the estate due to the amount of money over the decades that has been invested in that property. Right. That part I get. What I'm saying is that if he gets the rights and he up and decides, you know what, piss on Sony, piss on Toei, I want to do my own thing, then Sony would have some legal ramifications to come back to the Toriyama estate and say, dude, we've had Dragon Ball under our wing for over 30 years. Our subsidiaries have invested millions of dollars in capital and treasure into this, and you can't just take it from us because after we've made it to what it is today. There could be a lawsuit here in the West over that, and that would be interesting. That would be very interesting. So killing the daughters isn't the way to go. I'd have to look up. Japan might not care. But Sony's a Japanese company too, well they were. I think they're based out of America now. What I'm saying is that when you're talking international stuff, if there is precedence out there that says that if you have a licensing agreement, let's just take a look at J.K. Rowling. Let's go to J.K. Rowling, right? Warner Brothers has had Harry Potter underneath their wing since the 2000s, since the 20-aughts. If tomorrow J.K. Rowling cancels that contract and says, we're going to go to Netflix instead, I'm tired of dealing with Warner, and I don't particularly care for whatever, so we're going to go to Warner, we're going to go to Netflix, then Warner would have some sort of legal ramification, say, you can't just take it from us. Look at all the blood and treasure we put into this. Well, I know one of the big sticklers to this day. I know this for a fact, actually. One of the things that really pissed off Shonen Jump, and they have tried to get this done forever with Dragon Ball, is they want Shonen Jump's name on the Dragon Ball logo, and it's not, and it's never been required to be on there. And Shonen Jump has been exceedingly pissed off that it's not on there. Because if you look at, I believe the Naruto logo has Shonen Jump on it, right? Shonen Jump has wanted their name on the Dragon Ball logo forever, but it was never had to be done. 746. Need to get to 777 on the money, and then it's a quest. That's great. I like it when the creator is the one who wins when it comes to stuff like that. I just, yeah, like I said, I am friends with the former brand manager of Dragon Ball, and he told me, like, he's like, you have no idea, Enigma, Shoujin Jump is so mad that their logo is not on the Dragon Ball logo, and all we have to tell them is, well, you guys are the ones who signed it away, who signed the contract, so if you wanted it on there, you should have put it in there. I don't want to die. Oh, come on, really? Asshat. Yeah, see, he was very big mad about it. I do know that. That's what I'm saying, is that I remember talking to my friend who was like, Shoujin doesn't like Funimation at all because of the Dragon Ball deal. That Shoujin thinks they should have had top billing on that, and they don't. Big mad indeed. All right, so when I go to lunch, I'm going to have to look to see what we need to do to get the good ending, because that was the bad ending. Seems to be like that with a lot of Japanese companies. Those the older the old CEOs and old guard in Japan, they were big mad a lot. The former CEO of Nintendo before Iwata, or president before Iwata, that dude was a walking grudge machine. I can't remember his damn name, but he held grudges like crazy. Thank you, Eclectic Dotes. Thank you so much for being here. Always good to see you. I hope your all your goats are birthed with no problem. As it should be. But I bet you Shoujin Jump will still come in and try to get something out of it, because Shoujin Jump is the platform that that put their mangas out, distributed their mangas. Oh, crap. It's similar to what Vince McMahon used to do. I'm going to use a wrestling reference here, so I'm sorry about that. I know not everyone's a big wrestling fan. But what Vince, in the last 10 years or so of his reign in WWE, he hated it that when they would sign a wrestler and they would keep their name that they had in the independent circuit. Okay, so for instance, CM Punk. He couldn't stand the fact that CM Punk, they had his name and used his name as CM Punk, because Punk owns the rights to that name. And Vince didn't want Punk to be able to leave and go to a competitor and use his name yeah, you've seen me on TV. I'm CM Punk. Instead, Vince would wanted to have changed his name to something. So you could look at other wrestlers whose names are changed, like The Undertaker, for instance. That's a name that they made up, and Mark Calloway can, if he wanted to leave WWE right now, he could, but he would not be known as The Undertaker. Legally, he couldn't be known as The Undertaker. Or when the Dudley Boys left WWE, the WWE stepped in and said, "We own the rights to the Dudley Boys name because we own ECW. So you can't use the Dudley Boys name. You have to use Team. You have to use another name, which is why they were called Team 3D and TNA. Was because they legally could not use the name Dudley Boys. Or Cody Rhodes. When Cody Rhodes left WWE, on AEW TV, he was just known as Cody. He could not legally be called Cody Rhodes because WWE owned the rights to his name. But that's all American law too, and but it internationally works the same way. At least in some areas. He's Cody Rhodes now. So, but that Vince always, that was always his big craw, or not always, but it was a big craw, is that he did not want, he didn't want to make guys stars and then they go to a competitor and make them a better competitor to WWE. That's what Vince didn't want. And that happened a lot with, well, hell, that happened with Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. That was a big, and they won the lawsuit over that. Scott Hall and Kevin Nash left WWE. They went to WCW to become the outsiders in the NWO. Well, Scott Hall in particular acted very much like Razor Ramon, and Kevin Nash acted like Diesel. And WWE said, "Hey, you can't do that. Those are our characters," and they won. Yeah, he is a petty old bastard, but he's got a lot more money than I got. That's for damn sure. And he's a lech and all that. I have nothing good to say about him as a human being, except for the fact that this past weekend, WrestleMania tickets, people on the floor had to pay $16,000 a seat. Vince McMahon would never have allowed that to happen. They would have been expensive, but they wouldn't have been $16,000. My whole point is that when it comes down to I personally, I am the type of person that thinks that when J.K. Rowling's time comes, her family should retain her estate, her kids and grandkids should retain the rights to the Wizarding World, Harry Potter, all that good shit. That should be the way that it is. But what we're seeing right now is there's a lot of more pushback on this because of people being kind of goofy about folks having too much control and money. And it's like, well, too bad. She's the one who came up with the idea and took all the risk. And as she said, she was poor and you know, when she put out the first book, she had no money. She's the one who put out all the risk, so her as far as everything goes, it's in her name. And when she passes, it should go to her estate, her kids and her grandkids and great grandkids, and that's her right. But Warner also, and now de facto Paramount, have some sort of skin in the game as well, because they have put in millions and billions of dollars into the franchise of the Wizarding World, the Harry Potter world. And so if the state wants to try to cancel the contract, you know, I don't know if I'd be on board with that. But I do think that the family rights, the estate is the one who should hold the rights to the IP. Now, in 100 years, Harry Potter will be public domain and no one will care. But it is my personal belief that if it's your IP, if you made it up, if you're the one who took the risk to make something big, then you should be the one who controls the rewards for it as well. So in the case of Toriyama, I believe his family should have the rights, his estate should have the rights to Dragon Ball. False ending, yep, okay, that's what it says. That's just my opinion, though. I mean, besides, the estate is the one that's going to protect and cultivate the IP. Yeah, if Sony got a hold of the Dragon Ball IP, I mean this with all due respect to Sony here. I'm trying not to be negative, but Sony would look at Dragon Ball as an asset and not as a what it is. Oh, okay. 50. I don't want 50. I want 10s right now. That's a 10. That's a 10. Nope. Give me a 10. That's a hundo. I don't want that. I want a 10. Copper. Give me copper. Boy, that sucks because I would totally buy. I get all those. That's a lot of money. Those silvers. There we go. Let's go turn that quest in. I'm waiting for that. Right, they would ruin it because they would look at it as nothing more than an asset, is my point. The family, the estate, are the ones that will realize, hey, this is my family's work.
Excellent. Care to try? I'm counting on you.
Hello, Jack Frost. Yeah, I love Castlevania. We've been playing through a lot of Castlevania recently. I don't remember where that boulder was. And Sony is idiots. Oh, well, and your PC dies. That's what happens. I understand. That's probably why my streaming laptop that I use to stream off of, I don't use it for anything but streaming. I don't bog it down with games or anything like that because I want it just for streaming. You're not going to hit me. Of course, that's something else I'd probably look at as well. There probably is in the Dragon Ball contract with Funimation / Sony that that if there is if they do try to get out of the deal, there has to be compensation for it. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Because we're talking about $1 billion franchise. So it wouldn't surprise me if there was some sort of like poison pill in there that would say, okay, cool, you want the rights back, that's great. You're gonna owe us $500 million or whatever is listed in the contract. Ah. Advanced spell that cures all status abnormalities for all within range. Okay. Hell with it. Go. This is the Dominus collection. Yes, it is. Because the right side of the screen is all the stuff that would have been on the secondary screen of the Nintendo DS. Ah! And for argument's sake, I'm playing this on the Switch too, so... Hell? No idea what that is. I wonder if that spell will work on our dude over here. You learned a purification spell? Yes, now I can break the vampire's curse. Indeed you can. But if they've already become full vampires, it will be too late. We won't know until it's too late unless we try. Yes, that's true. Still, if you break the curse, please do not tell them about me. Why not? I'm sure they'd both want to see you. My daughters think that I'm dead. The truth is, my body is gone. Besides, Bronner comes first. But still, it's all right. It's the fate of my family. My daughters have a task they must perform. And I'm not going to tell you what that is, but it's, yeah. If I can see them one last time before I pass away, that's good enough for me. But you're a ghost. Okay, I got you. Let's get going. We need to bring the Lacard family back together. You're right. We can also cure him. Let's see. Equip. That's a hell of a wind-up.
Wow, fantastic! You two really are incredible.
Except it was just me who did it.
Now I can get back to business. I can't thank you enough.
How about you lower your prices? That'd be a good start.
Absolutely not. Everything is about money, young boy, and I'll find a better way to thank you.
Oh, I don't know if I want to know what that is.
He really takes this seriously.
I'm gonna leave that on her for now. Does he have more stuff for us to buy? Diamond shoes. Okay. Okay, now I guess I need to use it on those girls, that sanctuary spell, but I think there's a lot more stuff we have missed, so... I'm going to read more about that when we go to lunch. Yeah. Come on, baby. Yeah, I've been playing through. We played through the advanced. Well, I played Soten first because Symphony of the Night's one of my favorite games. Then we played through the Game Boy Advance ones, and now we're playing through the DS ones. I do have a reproduction CD of the Sega Saturn Symphony of the Night, but I haven't been able to get it to work on my Sega Saturn. I really want to get that up and running, so if I can get away to where that works, we will stream that. I would love to have the opportunity to get that to work. And my copy of Dragon Force 2 I have too, a reproduction CD of that's in English. But neither of them work on my Sega Saturn as of right now. That being said, my official Saturn games do work, so next month when we do some Rumble Premium streams, I'm thinking of having at least one of those days where we'll play some classic old Saturn stuff. I have my copy of Magic Knight Ray Earth right here. I have Dragon Force 1. I've got Burning Rangers, all sorts of classic Saturn stuff. Now it's going to look like ass on my television, but we're talking classic games that are actually really, really good. The Saturn has a very good library of games. The failures of the Sega Saturn have nothing to do with the library, I can tell you that. I have Guardian Heroes, I have Pandragoon Saga, Shining Force 3, Burning Rangers, all sorts of stuff we could play. Nights into Dreams. I even have Christmas Nights, I think, somewhere. Crap. Anyway, all that talk about rights, we started with Bram Stoker's Dracula, quite frankly. Because of the original Castlevania, while in Japan it was called Devil's Castle Dracula, here it was just called Castlevania. And Dracula was not Dracula. He was the Count. That's all they called him, was the Count. And it wasn't until... I'd have to look in the instructions of Castlevania 2. I've got him. I've got him somewhere. If they call him Dracula in Castlevania 2, I know in 3 his name is in the title. But I do know that in the original Castlevania 1 here in the United States, they never referred to Dracula as Dracula. They referred to him as the Count. And of course, it's a hard game. There is a cheese to it, but there's a way. There are things you can take advantage of, but there is a way to cheese some of it. The hardest game in that from Castlevania is actually Dracula's Curse, Castlevania 3. That game is brutal. And that comes down to the fact that, for those who don't know, in Japan it's illegal to rent video games. You cannot you cannot walk into a store and rent a video game. That is 100% illegal in Japan. And in the 80s, Nintendo fought to have it illegal here. And they lost. So when that happened, all the publishers and developers kind of got together and said, let's make our games more difficult so kids can't complete them in one weekend, making it that they'll have to buy them to complete the game. And all that really did was make us rent more and buy less, because those games were so hard. Now, Castlevania 3 is a fantastic game, but that is it's one of the top 5 hardest games on the NES, quite honestly. Good luck. I know Alucard wants to stream him beating it, and he can do it because he's really good. But those games, that game is really difficult. The funny thing is about Castlevania is that the Metroidvania style that we're playing right now is actually more akin to Castlevania 2 than it is the old Castlevanias, the old platformers. Shit. Oh well. Oh, okay. So I knew there would be a secret ending, because that's what Iga does. Oh, come on. Oh. I wonder when Desi's coming home today. I know she's had her meeting, or maybe she is about to have it. I don't know off the top of my head. She'll be home today. So, the good news is that the next time she goes on a trip will be next month, and to Florida, and I'm going with her. So, I'll be taking a short little vacation next month to hang out with her and do some stuff. I've never been to Universal Studios. I've never been to Disney World, although we're going to one. We're not going to both, and I've chosen Universal over Disney because screw Disney. And we're going to go to a minor league baseball game, and that's what we we haven't had a vacation like that since we went to Italy a couple of years ago, and instead we've done this kind of the staycation things where we go to an Airbnb in the area. You know, we'll go up to Wisconsin, and we've gone downstate and gotten an Airbnb and just gotten away for a few days. See 4 other walls besides the ones we always look at. And those are great. I don't mind those whatsoever. But we haven't had a proper vacation in years, so it'll be kind of nice to do this. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And it'll be Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday thing, I think. I'll let you guys know. But of course, when I get back, I will get back to... I'll just have a couple days off, and I'll stream when I get back. But that's the plan. It's nice to have something to look forward to. Of course, I wonder if once I'm guessing we cure the daughters. If that's the case, then does that mean that the vampire killer becomes usable? Or, well, it's usable now, but becomes more powerful, becomes comparable. Damn. Well, you're gonna come down here. You're gonna stay up there, like a little bitch. Got lucky there. Yeah, for the most part. Just for another level up. Not to defeat the sisters, but cure them of their vampirism. Here's for your trick, but this is a very long startup time. You need to find a way you can trigger the spell and keep from getting hit while the spell prepares. Use Jonathan as your main character, equip him with Stonewall spell if you've got it. Two sisters will float around. And then look at various attacks. Stella focuses mostly on melee. Yep, that's true. I mentioned that. So the whole trick to this is going to be having Charlotte be able to cast that spell with that long ass startup time, and not get hit for interruption. But the idea is to not not to kill the sisters. It's to cure them. It's been many moons since I've played this. Yeah, exactly. I killed them earlier and got the bad ending. So to get the good ending, we need to do. But if Charlotte gets hit, it interrupts her spell. So I have to be careful not to get. And for her, you bitch. She has to be completely still, right, to cast that spell. So it would be hard or not. I hope not. Right, I did have the taunt. That might be useful to use the taunt. Oop, take that. Go. Run back, and that'll be level 48. There we go. We'll save that. So instead of the axe, cream pie? Really? Is that what we're doing now? Let's see if we can get this. I see. Not what I wanted. try taunt instead. That didn't work either. Ow! I'll figure it out. What I wanted. No! Just kill me and get over with. Yeah, I was waiting for them to kill me. Right, I'm trying to. Crap and a half. What are you doing? Hit me. Come on, hit me. Because I think Stonewall is the way to go. I keep hitting the wrong button, too. Got it. All right. That's how to do it. Is that it?
The spell was perfectly cast. Now let's see if it was effective. Yeah.
Well, they're not blue anymore, and their eyes are the same color.
Loretta, are you all right? Stella! Stella! Stella!
It looks like they're no longer vampires. It's a success.
Well, of course. It's me we're talking about. What have we been doing? The heir to the vampire killer, Jonathan Morris, correct? I apologize for all we've put you through.
Huh? Oh, sure. No problemo. Once again, no problemo. The 1944 well-known verbiage that was used back then. No problemo.
And Miss Charlotte, thank you so much for setting us free. Sure thing. The curse may be lifted, but you should still take it easy. No, I don't think so. Loretta, I think we should stand up. Stella, we shouldn't, after what we've been through. I know, but there's a job we must do now. But pull yourself together. We'll have time to mourn after what happened when it's all over. Yeah. I'm sorry you had to see that. Once more, our family shares the fate of the Morris family. We are Lacards, after all. I'm Stella. This is my younger sister, Loretta. And we already know. Anyway, we must hurry. We must defeat Browner. He's painting something that holds the power to destroy the world. What? He said it was almost complete. It's in his 8-layer painting. And where is this painting? It's in the room behind me. But even for us, entering the painting is impossible. There's one option, however. What is it? The studio painting is sealed by 4 paintings surrounding it. Meaning we need to break the seal to enter the painting. I see. You'll help us, right? Well, you must be exhausted. I'm amazed you can even talk after being under such a powerful curse. They can't move. That's true, but that's not all. The door to the inner room can only be opened by the magic of either Browner or ourselves. So you'll stay here and open the door for us? Sure, no problemo, from 1944. One more thing. It's about the vampire killer. We can perform a ritual to unlock the power of the whip. Unfortunately... I know, using it will consume my soul, right? Please don't forget that. You must use it wisely. If you feel ready for the ritual, then just tell us. Listen, about your father. None of that. Once this is all over, you can tell us about him. Father, before our own eyes, he... Loretta! I know. Alright, let's see what destiny has intended for us. Right, no problemo, from 1944. Alright, let's save our game. And, there. Get that. And let's go ahead and break for lunch now, guys. I'm going to go ahead and take a 1-hour lunch break. I'll be back here about 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to continue on with this game right after that. So if you've not done so, please follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Kick, and Rumble. Subscription on YouTube would be great. If you're on Rumble, if you're on YouTube, smash that like button. Let people know that I'm here. Follow, comment, all that good stuff. On my Rumble side, my friends, let's find a place we are going to raid out to while we are gone. Because I'm that kind of guy. I'll be back, Jack Frost. Thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate seeing you, man. Hope you're doing well. A lot of Castlevania lately, guys. A lot of Castlevania. Can't see. Oh, no. I'll do that. Who's online? Well, Smoo is online. He's playing Pragmata, so let's go ahead and raid out to Smoo. Like I said, give me an hour. I'll be back. We'll pick up right here where we're leaving off. So you guys stick tight. Don't go far. I'll see you guys here in about an hour. Thank you so much.